This is just a little quick check-in about feelings and emotions. The other night, I had the pleasure of being with several of the clients and my clients in the nervous system reset program. And we were talking about feelings and emotions and how every single one of them is in their own way trying to help us. So I don't know about you, but I pretty much, for a really large part of my life, thought that only a handful of emotions was okay to feel, and that there was something wrong with me if I felt, excuse me, if I felt other emotions. So, for example, happiness was okay, joy, of course, was okay, contentment was good. Sometimes sadness was okay too, sometimes not. Anger was bad, like every time. Jealousy, bad every time. So you're getting the feeling, you're getting the idea. So, what is really, really kind of exciting in this thing of cultivating friendly curiosity with ourselves and of having the things that are challenging and difficult be be allies, be things that are like tapping us on the shoulder, like pay attention, um, stop and notice. So the first thing that we went over in my class, and I'm going to give you like the super quick cliff notes on this. The first thing is to unvalence your feelings and emotions, and this is a word that comes from like working with electricity. I think I'm not an electrician, but it means taking the charge out of your feelings. So not calling them good or bad. And the analogy that I like to use is a like all the colors and like that might exist, every single one of them, right? And we wouldn't call, even if it's not our favorite, we wouldn't call black a bad color. We wouldn't call pink a bad color. We might not choose it for our sweater or for what color to paint our room, but we wouldn't say it's bad. And we need to have that kind of view and that kind of approach and respect, even. It's like we might not think about it, but I have a respect for all the colors, like they have their place, right? And what if every single one of your feelings and emotions had that same kind of respect from you and that same sense of, in the right place? This is gorgeous. This would be a gorgeous color. I know that it's springtime around here now in the Northern Hemisphere, and there are little pops of pink coming up from the ground. There are pops of purple. There are like really lots of different colors. So, anyway, unvalencing, taking the good or the bad charge out of your feelings and being curious about them all equally. So, the second thing is getting what researchers call granular about feelings. And this is based on a large body of research by a woman named Lisa Feldman Barrett, and she's in the Boston area at Northeastern University and has been researching emotions for many, many years. So you could probably Google her and have a wonderful rabbit hole of information about emotions. And getting granular means, here's an example. So sometimes you might wake up, say, in a bad mood, and someone says, "How are you feeling today?" "Oh, I'm feeling really bad." So getting granular would mean getting more specific. And maybe it's asking from you to pause for a moment and to sense, well, what kind of bad am I feeling? Well, I woke up in a bad mood. There was that thing that happened yesterday that's still kind of with me. Actually, yeah, I'm feeling angry. I'm feeling angry about that thing that happened. All right. So now we're getting more specific. And when I say, oh, I'm getting angry, I'm feeling some anger about that, even if it doesn't feel pleasant in your body, there's like a sense, this is right. Yeah. Yeah. And then we can use that skill that I've learned over the years from my teachers, Ann Weiser and Barbara McGavin, to say something in me feels angry. There's a part of me that's angry. So again, and we're treating it like any other color, right? And then the third thing is wondering how that emotion, that feeling might be trying to help us. So in relation to anger, let's just take that, keep working with that one. Anger, in this situation, and I don't have to look too far. I've gotten to be much friendlier with anger, which means actually a little side note that I don't have to have my conversations and my interactions from that angry place. I'm not going to send that angry part to have the conversation with the person where the anger came up, but I can be really aware of it before showing up there. And I can even have it there with me, like next to me. Um, and so anger in that situation, when I sense into it, is probably something about no, something about wanting me to be able to say no, something about maybe feeling a little bit taken advantage of, which points to, oh, was there something I knew when I went ahead and said yes, that if I had been more checking in with myself, I might have known that wasn't for me, right? So you can see how all of this just keeps pointing to help for us in a situation. And because, my work is centered around the nervous system and about helping people get back to a place of safety in their nervous system so that they can connect with with people and with creatures from a place of yeah, safety, comfort, connection, rather than feeling defended and protective. There's nothing wrong with feeling defended and protected. It kind of gets our attention, right? Oh, what do I need to pay attention to? And then if we're working with our feelings and emotions, we can have them help us get more granular, more specific. And then I would put a stake in the ground for this prediction being right. There's a way that things can then change from right inside of us rather than having to figure things out in our heads and maybe, try to make something right. So there's not a forcing, there's not a willpower. And that sense of urgency also drops because when something feels right in the body, there is a relief that comes pretty quickly. And then the interactions that we have with the people we care about, or maybe the people that matter to us, maybe they're our bosses or people that are important, whatever our relationship with them is, those relationships are going to be filled with much more ease. So I would love to hear maybe like what a challenging emotion or feeling is for you, one that maybe you're used to calling bad. I shouldn't feel that way. And then, get maybe more granular, especially if you're saying something like, oh my God, I'm so stressed, or I feel really bad. Get more specific. What am I actually feeling? Your body is a great help in letting you know and pointing you in the direction of what you're actually feeling, what's actually going on. And then the third one is wondering, how might that be trying to help me? You know, and to not send anger. Anger doesn't get to be the bus driver, in the relationship or in the interactions, especially once we notice it. It can be a really good companion there sitting by the side, making sure that our needs get met. And it doesn't have to drive the bus of that conversation. All right. I would love to hear how this lands for you, any curiosities you might have. So feel free to post them in the comments and I will circle back. And thank you so much for watching and listening and getting curious and doing your part for having our world be a friendlier and safer place, one nervous system at a time. I'll start with mine and you get to start with yours. All right. Bye-bye.